All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So the page I'm on is our audible.com page. And I wanted to do a quick review of our reviews. Okay, let me do a quick shout out to Chinye and Natu. Chinye and Natu for leaving us some reviews on this page already. If you haven't left us a review, please go leave us a review on Amazon and audible.com. Okay, but I like to be transparent with some of the reviews coming to the book. Is this book? So we actually have a 2 hour and 36 minutes. 2 hour 36 minutes of this book on audible.com. You can listen to the whole book as an audio. All right. So if you're a brand new member to audible.com, which you should be, it will be $0. You can download both books for free. If you're already a member, I think it depends on where you are in the world. If you're looking to get to this page, I think it's lolaanola.com/GMMB, as in get my marriage back, A. GMMBA, lolaanola.com/GMMBA. Anyway, why am I reviewing this? Okay, there's a review on there that says, I relate to the story, but this marriage advice is seriously flawed. So I wanted to be fully transparent with you guys and just use this opportunity to use this opportunity to cover some bases here. All right. Wait, where is Open Floor by Tima? Is she here? I haven't seen her. Where is she? I don't see. I see somebody mentioning her. Welcome. I can't see you, but welcome. For some reason, I can't see you. Yeah, I can't see her, but welcome. Shout out to everybody in the chat. So let's talk about Get My Marriage Back, the book that my wife and I wrote in 2018 when we started our coaching services and practice. So we kind of like promote the book directly. So we don't do a good job at reminding people to go back. We don't do a good job of promoting people to go back to go leave a review. So we'll use this opportunity, but there's some reviews here that I wanted us to see. Is that we have like 28 ratings, and let me see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, 28 ratings over there, and about averaging about 3.8 out of 5. Not bad for something we don't really promote. I believe if we promote it and make it bigger, I believe that most people will be giving it a 5, which obviously that'll be awesome, right? So as you can see here, let me make this bigger so you guys can see what we're talking about. All right. So if you go to audible.com, you can search for Get My Marriage Back, Lola and Ola. It will come right up. So if you're in the UK, that link that I gave earlier might not necessarily work. Okay. All right. So let's look at the reviews real quick. Overall, 3.8 out of 5. Performance, 3.8 out of 5. Story, 3.9 out of 5. All right, good. Majority of the reviews are 5-star. 15 out of 28, I guess. 5-star, right? We have the 1-star 6, 1-star 6, 1-star 6, right? So, but then we have some scanty ones in the middle. 6-star. 4 stars, 6 of them are 6 stars. So I can safely add 6 to 15. That's 21 out of 28, 5 stars. Okay. So again, I also believe when people listen long enough, they higher the quality of people that actually listen to the audiobook. So a lot of people are buying the audiobook that don't necessarily follow me here or are subscribed to our newsletter. Okay. If you're not yet subscribed to my newsletter, anything can happen to YouTube. You want to go to lolaanola.com and subscribe to the newsletter just in case something stupid happens. God forbid. Okay. All you have to do is enter your email as if you're about to download the book, and then you'll be able to get emails from us from time to time. All right, good. So now this I'm going to obviously somebody said Marcy Martin says loved it. I'm going to read the top 3. Say just what I needed. I'm excited to put it to work in my life. God is in control. Was this review helpful? Okay, that's just Amazon information. Another person says, so enlightening, an amazing first step toward a healthy perspective. In one day, I've changed everything. All right, so that's another person. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that person is. Campaign. And shout out to Natu. Natu is here. Natu said 2023 couples must read. This is one of the most realistic book I have read on marriage. All right, good. Thank you, Natu. So I do know Natu. I don't know who Dwayne is. Dwayne F. Chu says, helpful and practical. Good story. Practical advice on self-development. Love the accent. They love our accents. Who would I know? Me. A good tool for helping your marriage. All right. So let me see. Where is okay? Let me read all the top ones, then I'll go to read the other one. Let me honor all the people that gave us 10 times or more. Person Aaron says, great read for most Black men today. Many tools and tips to take away in this book. Shout out to Aaron. Tony Gray, not Tony Gaskin, Tony Gray. Awesome book. Give us a 5-star all across. Very nice book. Already see the improvement in my marriage. I recommend this book to everyone I know. Oh, can I be honest with you? When I was reading this earlier and I decided to make this a topic today, I sorted by the worst, by most recent, rather. Most recent. They don't put worst there. By most recent, I sorted by most recent because I wanted to read. I was about to call myself out for being negative, but I wasn't. I wanted to read the most recent because I check it every other couple of months or so. I think the last time I checked this was when we launched the book Number One Red Flag, which, by the way, we only have one review on it. Again, we do a terrible job at that. But God will give us the grace so that we can do a better job. Anyway, so back to this. So this also book, very nice already. See, okay. Another person said, what an amazing book. I was glued from the very beginning. Chinye, my own Chinye says, what an amazing book. I was glued from the very beginning. Chinye left this as far back as 2022. As far back as 2022. Chinye, shout out to you. I appreciate you so much. I was glued from the beginning. This book is filled with gems and nuggets. It is a must read, and I already begun to recommend it to my friends. Lord, thank you for sharing your experience with us. Okay. Another person here with a 4-star says, mind food for a healthy marriage. Well, I'm not super religious, so even this person is calling out because we mentioned a few Bible quotes in there. Well, I'm not super religious. There are some Bible quotes, but not too forceful. All in all, it was a good read, even after the 12th time. Interesting and anonymous. I would recommend it to my friends and family. Okay. Mercy says, how the information is delivered. The book was so insightful. This should be required reading before marriage. I only wish I found it sooner. I wasn't going to read all the positive ones. I was going to read the most recent one, negative, the title. But I just decided in this last few moments, I must honor the positive ones. I must honor the positive ones. You know, she said, that's me, yo. Anyway, all right, so there is a 1-star here. So there's a 1-star here. Let me read the 1-star, then I'll go sort it. Okay, some Yomi Okunla. I've read this one before. I've read this one on this platform before. I remember. So it's old. It's from 2020. I prefer this book because my patients often request books that they could refer to. Okay. So Yomi Okunla, I hope this would have been one that I could add to the list. However, it felt a lot. It left a lot to be desired. This book was very repetitive, and I left no more wiser than I was prior to listening to this book. Okay, so if you ever become an author, know that there are some people that seems like they're walking around looking for books to critique. So don't take it personally. It's okay for them to have their opinion. All right. So so this person didn't leave wiser. There was not a rhythm between the narrators, and for a book that's about marriage, one would think the wife would have had a more equal role in narration. I didn't find the book helpful or useful at all. So sorry to hear that. Now, let's get back to the one that is among the most recent. So I'm sorting by most recent. Before I go to most recent, I want to see what you guys are talking about first. Let me see. Did you say flaw? Okay. Did the reviewer point out the alleged flaw? I think so. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Okay. You know, if they talk enough, they always tell them themselves, right? People that think something like that is flawed, they always have a long ass opinion. So No worry. If people are critiquing your work, they will tend to tell you why, and you can use it. No, she's not here. We're just saying that we miss. Okay, I miss her too. Yeah, that I don't blame him too much. It's not all platforms that one will go to speak. Why do I feel like some of these negative reviews may be people that just don't like MOP and didn't even listen to or read the book? Who knows? My own procedure side flawed. I wish I could drag that person woman to woman. My procedure side, what do you mean by flawed, please? D gets it. He gets it. How do you read this book and say it's heavily flawed, Bikono? Listen. Listen. Just know that you have to keep an open mind, right? It's a book that we are, like I told you, in 20 years at most, is going to be completely obsolete. Why? Because I remember my father wrote a book called The Old Behavior when he first retired around 2005-6-ish. My father read the book like 5-6 years later, because then he had been staying here a lot more consistently. And he was like, this is not like he was talking about witches and witchcraft, and he was feeling some type of way about the way he wrote. I was like, it's called growth. It's okay. You can now go back and review it, and then we can revisit some of those topics. You have gained a little bit more insight. So the person that said they did not get wiser after reading the whole book, that's a personal problem, because no matter how bad the book is, there's no way I won't grow wiser after reading the book. No matter how, and I'm not saying that just to say that, at least, even if it's as simple as this is how to not write a book. Right? Again, keep an open mind. But I told you, these things are difficult. 12 times. Wow, that's great. Yeah, because I suggest that people read the book 12 times. Yeah, I did that because of a reason. This belongs to Tony Gaskin's WhatsApp group. Really? The Kenneth and APC vision of this world have gone to our Amazon reviews. Wahala. It could be anybody. It could be a woman, it could be a man. But anyway, this one on this screen, there's a more recent one. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, just July right there, because I know we don't get a lot of reviews. Imagine for 6 years, 28 reviews. We can definitely do a better job, right? So for those of you that are here right now with me, about 14 of us, you can literally go pick up this audiobook and read it and leave a review. I don't care what it says. As you can see, I really don't care. I just want your honest review. That's all I care. Okay. Anyway, this person, a lot of flawed logic in this. Okay, this is the person right here. I can relate to the story, but the advice is seriously issued. Lots of flawed logic in this. Okay, so obviously we can tell that this person is focused on their own idea of logic, right? Distance doesn't make the heart grow fonder. Interesting take. I'm sure they're going to tell us a little bit more. It only does so if a heart is already fond. Say what?
You're right.
If the marriage is broken and contempt has set in, fondness is not there. Okay, so if you already hate your husband and then you now back off of each other or some form of separation, what happens again? There's no fondness there, right? Okay. And then they go silent treatment. We do have a chapter called Silence is Golden. You have to actually read the chapter to get the context. Silent treatment, no contact, tells a contemptuous spouse one thing. Okay, no contact. Now, we don't preach the typical no contact rule. We don't do that. If you're going to do no contact, you have to mean it for the rest of your life. We don't do no contact where you back off for 2 weeks only to be looking, see if they're already checking you out again. We don't preach that. If you're going to do no contact, there's a real reason behind it. That person has not valued you, and you've decided to value yourself first. For how long? You don't give yourself ultimatum. Okay, so we're definitely not giving a cookie cutter solution, right? But this is telling us this person did not read the book, right? So they probably schemed the content, the table of content, right? Silent treatment, no contact, tells a contemptuous spouse one thing. Okay, this is also giving Mr. to know. You know, when you know too much, it's tough. It's a tough one. That's why Natu said Tony Gaskin's WhatsApp group. Anyway, so this person, silent treatment only tells one thing, that you don't care and have moved on with life. Okay, so they should do the same thing too. All right, so we don't preach silent treatment. Okay, we do talk about why silence is golden. We talk about silence is golden from a standpoint of sometimes you're just getting in the way of God, okay, because you talk too goddamn much. Okay, from that tackle point, you know. My flood don't collect autogloriously from woman. Oh. I am wondering if the person even tried any of the advice strategies in the book. They usually don't. They're just looking for something to critique. Usually they might have a membership on audible.com and they pick it up because of a good title, right? They're often not open to advices. They already made up their mind what they think is wrong, and they already made up their mind what they think is the solution is. It could be any one of those things, you know. So that's why you don't take it personally. They are reflecting from a personal standpoint, and it can still be a useful advice nonetheless. Okay. All right, so that's it right there. Again, distance does make the heart fonder. Because the heart fonder doesn't mean it's fondering a good thing. I don't know how to say that. It doesn't mean it's a good thing, by the way, right? But when you back off, when you take a step back, right, the mind will do what it's going to do. Okay. There's another way that we say that. I'm trying to think, right? Anyway, it's when you say distance make the heart fonder, it's not something you argue with. It's a saying, it's a parable, it's a proverb, right? And it's not something that's made off of somebody's experience. So obviously this person resents a person, or they are only looking at from the lens of a person who resents an ex-partner so badly they can't see themselves growing fond. So I guess growing fond to them is always positive. So I see where the person is coming from, but it's a bad idea to not read a book and just judge it. It's just terrible, because that's what this is. That's what this is given. But I also expect it, because people will judge a book by the cover all the time. That's the reality that I want you guys to face. Remember, you guys helped me pick this cover. Anybody remember that you helped me pick this cover? This cover, right? It's after you guys helped me pick this cover that I realized that it's very similar in color theme. I would have come up with something else, but I was like, nah, let's just let it go. Let's just let it go. Right? Yeah, people in reality will judge the book by the cover. Your presentation matters, yes. So, but to what extent should you be obsessed with that is the question here. I'm not going to bother too much about this person, but the lesson here is that people will judge a book by its cover and literally make up an opinion from their ass about the cover. I know, Ben. I know.
I never expected it.
Yeah, they will. So what should you do with that? You can't go around town judging people that are judging you by their cover. You better present properly. You better spend as much time on your presentation, your diplomacy, the way you present in social society. You better work on that just as much as you're working on the content. You go just there explain, you go explain tired. You're like, oh, don't judge a book by cover. They will do exactly that. They will prejudge you the moment you walk into a room, the way you carry yourself. They will make up their mind what they think you are. They will prejudge you. Your job is to prove them wrong. If they belong in your world, if they matter at all, okay, that's your job, okay. All right, because the fight, don't judge a book by that fight. It's a loser's battle. Don't do that. Okay. For those that are listening to ourselves right now, obviously we know to try not to judge a book by the cover, right? But don't use it in reverse and be entitled, because they will judge you by your cover. Welcome, Uncle Beno. I see you, boss. I see you, boss. Flawed logic that is winning over your unflawed logic should tell you something. Oga, none the wiser. You did not come with the intention to be wiser anyway. Exactly. So even if it's as simple as, hey, this is how not to write a book, that would be something to work in. Oh, interesting. This one wrote a... Listen, I've seen people who wrote books that's literally the size of this envelope. Right? It's interesting. That means you can flip through 5 pages and they called the book. They did a whole full-blown launch. It is what it is. So imagine me going on that book and say, how can you write a book about 5? Like, that just tell you how many people are out there. You know, so that's it. That's that. Let me see. Okay, all right. So I wanted to cover that. So again, please check out the book. Audio is on audible.com. But please, with the intentions to actually read, leave me a honest review. I don't care what the review is. It's already proven that majority of people that will read it will get value out of it. That's already proven. 21 people gave it 4-star or above. Majority of people gave it 5-star. So that's already proven. So the book is very practical. It's my wife and I narrating our story and then giving lessons at the end of it. So please, 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 this is another opportunity for me to remind you to go and give it a shot. The book is linked in the description. Well, if you go to manofprestige.com, you can access it from there, manofprestige.com. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.